Okay. You can, yeah, you can see.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, it's already live now. So, good health and peace to all. The way of infinity. We would have some water. Yeah. We would like to start. Uh, you can say a center for peace or infinity. So, infinity normally individual always seek peace but is not peaceful here now because the mind game is the dualistic good, bad, right, wrong, even all the time because that's how our life like, dislike, it's a filter. The mind is like a filter. But when you transcend body, mind, name, and form, you are you move from person to the presence. Presence is a new way of living, more like the childlike living. In that state, you are fully aware whatever action you are doing. So it's not separate from play and work, but whatever you do, whether you are cleaning, gardening, anything, but you are 100% into it. You see?
Mhm.
So we want to point out to this new way of living, which the some Jain masters point out, chopping the wood or carry the water. That's one sentence. What that means? That means you are like 100%, 100%. Then your life is not divided into good, bad, right, wrong. Then the work become meditation itself. Now, other people will say, oh, it's that simple. Drink when you are thirsty, eat when you are hungry. But in real reality, when people are young and young age, they are in that state. But as they grow older, they are eating, listening, watching, thinking. The thinking tape is going on, and it the quality of attention get fragmented into pieces. Many people inside one. That's how returning back to home. Now, what is your home? Your home is that infinity, oneness, wholeness. See, body, mind, and soul. Body, what body want? The hunger, to satisfy the hunger. Thirst, procreation. That the body. Mind developed from the animal to the human. Want somehow is the very nature of mind seeking, and more and more, more and more. So apparently, this is the mind field. It has $1 million, but want more. It has 100, it want more, or it want new invention, It is the nature of the mind is more and more. And what is the eternal spirit? You can say the soul, ruh, whatever different word. It does not even know and does not want to know, because what is the reflection of the soul when body and mind are silent in the sound sleep? Then the soul or eternal spirit is, you can say, active or operating, and it does not want more and more, does not want to become anybody. That is the state. No wanting, this state of not knowing and knowing. It is aware. Oh, I had a very nice sound sleep. Is aware, but fully fulfilled. That the fulfillment, not fulfilling. The 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 running of mind is always into more and more, or seeking, whether it has illusory God. God means what? That the Savior. But when does it save? It the idea it creates the idea and illusion of Savior. And that's what some spiritual teacher point out, that there is no future or past, here and now, this very moment, just inward innocence, which already is, which already is mean isness. It cannot be bought and sold, because we are programmed heavily into the objective world. Oh, I get that big house, I'll be happy. I'll get this partner, I'll be happy. This all object, object, object. They can consume your attention, your awareness for a while, and then you jump into the next object. So that's why the word Maya mean apparently appearance, means look real and yet not real. It's a storyline. The mind is a storyline. The body mind mechanism is a storyline. When you are from 5 to 55, it changes into a thinking machine. And from 55 to 155, you see it very clearly, the clear story that everything like passing like a cloud. If you want to look at a different way, like the ocean, the river, the water, and the bubbles appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. You see?
Hmm.
So, what you have to say, Dr. Lenny?
So the going back to the um, uh, idea of putting attention on your activities, carry water, chop wood. Um, Nature
Hmm.
makes us become multitask. That
Ne-
is,
yeah.
that is, you can walk through the jungle
Yes.
in a meditative state,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
but you have to be aware of the tiger behind you. You can't be totally uh, ignorant of that. So we always have to have multiple attention, and that leads to multitasking. We even make our computers to multitask. You do
Yeah.
two or more things at
See, there is a difference. Is about thinking and aware. Aware means awareness without the awareness. Like you are aware, although you are talking and listening, but you are fully aware who will come that door, who is passing. So it is like everywhere and nowhere. Awareness is a different quality than the thinking and local. See, concentration is one focal point, one focal point, but still awareness is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. That's the okay, like child like state, childlike state. See, the difference is into the thinking, concentrating, and uh, awareness. Uh, so this include thinking, concentrating, and uh, 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 all the time, and in the time and beyond the time at the same time. Like you are sitting here now, but someone come knock, you are still aware.
hmm
Yeah, so it's like natural awareness is there all the time, but the thinking pulls it into one local point, one local. Like, for example, you're driving the car. You're driving the car, of course, you are seeing not in the back, You're driving there, but you're fully aware of the left, right, and back. You see?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that that's what the whole difference, that living in the world and not of it.
Mm.
See, what is the difference? When you date a date, you start knowing, and more you need meet more times, and then a stage come that the people tell, oh, they cannot live without the other, because they get what you call engulfed into it.
Mhm.
Yeah, the object become more important than their life. So that's only the difference of the attachment and detachment, and being aware, being free. See, the human mind, it looks like, oh, big inventions. They invented this bomb, this car, this aeroplane, but it is still the Maya. Maya me is still the dreamline, timeline, boundary. Why? Because all invent there is nothing new between the two layers of the earth and the sky. There is nothing new. It's only appear as new, like the food business, or the body business, or any invention you take. Uh, it whatever the need of the time, that that appears as new, and then after a while it become old, and it change another clothing. So like you are wearing one clothing, your grandfather wore another dress, their grandfather used to wear another dress. So that's natural, because the old and new, and old and new in the material objective world, is like that the world appear as new, and people get so absorbed and tangled into liking one thing, disliking another. So this is dual life. That is the life of the mind. And life of the body, what is that life? They concentrate on the muscle, the body. That is one life. But they find out when they're growing from 50 to 55 to 90, they say, oh, I did a mistake, because they cannot continue the balance, and then their own body become aching, and they concentrated on a limited area, rather holistic. Then the mind people, not living actually, holistic living, they concentrate, either the government or some people, they say concentrate on this, invent. What are they inventing? They're inventing to get name, fame, to get some idea, and they work on that idea. They spend years and years, but they really don't live, because their life become that pursuit, that goal. So many people ask, what the purpose of life? Does life has to have a purpose? Life itself is fulfilling. What purpose this winter has to give? Does it want to make you feel cold? No. It is the dance of the Mother Nature. The winter appears, summer appears, spring appears. It's the beautiful, apparently appearance. That's how the garden outside you will see the many colors. But when you go in the depth, the many colors are coming from colorlessness. So all things are coming from nothingness. That's what eternal spirit does not want anything because it knows and does not want to know that nothingness appearing as something, 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 and again dissolve into nothingness, like the waves and the bubbles appear as different and separate and different, and then again dissolve into, yeah, yeah. Use the napkin. Yeah, it's clean.
Yeah,
So,
that was a cough, not a
yeah.
sneeze.
So, like this is this is the Mother Nature. You know, the what that mean? That mean as long you are pure witness, not get attached and detach or reversion or reaction, reactive mind. You remain as the eternal spirit. Remain eternal spirit means what? Spirit, uh, nothingness is the more wonderful than things. But because one is afraid of becoming, then it does not know. In the death, there is nothingness because you the things can appear and disappear, the dream, but in the sound sleep you don't want. The wanting loses its charm. Why? Because there is something bigger than wanting, and that is everythingness is including in nothingness. Like to figure it out, or the mind, the gold is already the gold, already. Then you make it Jesus Christ, this different statues, but gold remain the same and undisturbed. It is just the statue. The same way, the consciousness, the awareness does not want to know, does not know even because the real knowledge is beyond that kind of ignorance what human beings have. Human beings, they think I know. That is the mind memory stuff. The child, how does it know? How does the animals know? They don't do they claim I know because the awareness is there without with knowing or without knowing. There is some other state. That's what we talked, energy beyond mind, energy beyond mind. And that is taste, tasteful, tasty only when you are out of the, a new life begins. A new life begins when you transcend the mind, because the field of beingness, million times more, more powerful. What is the proof? The proof is the life of mind. Those people who are in ambitions and achievement, they're always empty because they want more and more. That's why they're empty. And the proof of sound sleep is already there. Oh, I had a fantastic sleep. You cannot buy that sound sleep. So that is the mini death of the mind. When mind settle down into the nobody, no mind state. But a person don't have chance to see that yes, this is happening. This is already automatic happening without thinking, without doing. It's already is. The isness is so fully fulfilled, you cannot add on into this isness. It's so over fulfilling, like you cannot change the shadow by your doing and thinking. No, you simply return to the real, and automatically the shadows follow. So, can you imagine a new way of living where the desires and wants start coming to you naturally, automatically, without anxiety-full, struggle-full life? But we are programmed life into fear and worry, past and future all the time. That never, like one poet says, what is this life? Full of care, not a minute to look and stare. These two lines are indicating a life beyond energy, beyond mind. The heart consciousness, which already is. In female, in woman, the heart chakra is more open. So that's why the man attracted to the woman. But the man woman already inbuilt in both the structure. That's what the Taoist indicate, yin yang and Tao already inbuilt. Already. One is dominating, one is active. So that way, but the whole person is a different kind of person. That's why called holy. Holy means whole, one with the wholeness, one with the oneness. And that is so simple and so natural. If you just don't become part of the crowd, become part of the neurotic mind, constantly struggling and never have a minute to stare. Stare means observe, not analyze. Observe without analyzing. What you have to say?
Well, I think it's difficult to let go of thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, difficult and easy at the same time, depending on. See, when you are walking, is it difficult to stop? No, that is more easy to just stop walking. The same way, it appears like, oh, it's very difficult. Yes, because we are standing on uh, we are just so caught up, heavily caught up. But when we observe that we invited the thoughts, we asked for it. So it looks like normally majority of the people, they are so heavily programmed. But remember, we are the one who ordered the order from the wholeness. Like in your own house, if you observe the sofa, chair, blah, 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 who ordered it? We ordered it. So, the same way, throw away the clutter. The same way, the seers, they say sannyas, the word sannyas. What that mean? Throw away. Actually, understand the truth, the light, then all other things disappear without throwing away. Inward, because you don't need to reach to the light or eternal spirit, you already are. You just only get into fake ideas that you will have to, you see? Because ego is like a ghost which tells you you have to. It is split. The very quality of attention is split into thinking, doing between two ego. The ego, you have to, it invented the God, or God will save me, God will comfort me. The idea, the illusion, the idea, illusion of God is very dangerous. And it's because it's like the thief and the police. It become two. It's one person. So it's like you just turn around and observe that that which you are seeking thou already are. That's why so-called holy scriptures are inbuilt in you. Tattvamasi, thou art that. Thou, this is it. There cannot be greater or smaller. Those are just the words because it cannot be described with the words. Words can befool you and get you entangled in the again and trapped in the mind. Do you see it?
Hmm. Yes, the concept of God uh, being a negative aspect is interesting. Yeah. Or we could say religion instead of God, I guess.
Organized.
Organized.
Organized means many of them, they play their own business. That is what people asked for it. So, whatever is there is all the. That's why the word the lila is the good play. The demand and supply continues. You live what you ask for it. So that act as a balm, tiger balm on weekends, time to time. But there is nothing to achieve in future because future past all illusion. Only isness. Then how am I caught in the future? Because you asked for it. You simply, that's why people get addicted to drink and drug because it forget the ageness. For a while, you are entangled into the illusory illusion of future, and the thinking does not pain you, does not hurt you. So it's entanglement only. A natural 5-year-old does not need drink and drug to get in that state. It's already giggling. Giggle like a giggle, it already is natural. There is no greater drink and drug greater than being. The 5-year-old has is immersed in that. You ask the 5-year-old, do you want a gold parrot or a mud parrot? It won't even answer. Do you want a diamond parrot? It won't even answer. You ask even the tiger. So therefore, the world cinema film are loaded with the crime and violence. We want to do the movie with the mother nature, the deers, the tigers, and the wholeness which already is. What is the other word? The thunder of the silence. And the music which already is, which is not born of instruments, your only body, if you if you do the fine recording, fine means sensitive recording of the blood pressure, of the blood flow within the body, and the darkness of the mind, the alleys and valleys of the mind, because that's the nature of the mind. It's always is dancing different dances, is not the same dance. So mind has to renew, like the products coming, products consuming, consume. That's why consume. It consume. What does it consume? Your attention, your awareness. And by the time you are aware of the awareness, you're already gone. So then 1% of the 1% is really aware of the awareness. There's nothing else to do. People are so caught up into doing, oh, I have this appointment, I have that appointment, time to go there. And they don't have time for satsang. Satsang means the company of the truth. Because they don't see anything to get something. You put a price, you organize it, then they want something. That's the nature. But that's everywhere. Like the flowers are blooming in the back in the garden. Do they seek? Do they invite anything? No, it's already is into isness. It's complete completion. In the dead body does no more seeking. Seeking means no more wavering, no more dancing. And it has its own dance through a different language of the silence. That's what is called the thunder of silence. Silence of a 5-year-old, it giggles, natural, not because of getting an award, not because of achieving something. It already is. So, simple things, eating the food can be thousand kinds, thousand kinds. Thousand kind mean you are eating the same breakfast, but with different state of worried mind, anxietyful mind, constipated mind. Then you have different taste. The little ordinary things. Do you hear what I'm saying? The same carrot will taste thousand kinds of taste. When you have real hunger, it has one taste. You morning, different taste. Evening, different taste. You are worried, anxiety is different taste. And you know your death is coming in 10 days. it has no flavor. That's how the play, the lila of the awareness. But when you don't get entangled in the so-called material is and spiritual, those are man-made words. We are so fragmented and divided up by words. I'm white, blue, green, black. All those are just programming, stupid programming. Know the real you. But inside your heart knows it all, whether you read books or you don't read books. The 5-year-old don't need the reading books. It already is. Who give the toilet training to the cats? Who teaches you how to be hungry, how to be thirsty? We can make the church or temple of grace, but above all, it already is. It already is. Just stop. Don't worry. Be happy. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.